Привет, товарищes! It is Comrade Al, and today we talk about automatic Kalashnikov 12. Okay, technically speaking, we are talking about the AK-12 here. This is a JG model. And of course, this is another one of the second video in my commonly most asked questions series that is actually starting out pretty decently. You guys seriously have been asking a lot of questions about this, not only on the review itself, not only in our Discord, not only on Facebook, not only in my own email, Instagram, what have you, just in general. So, ladies and gentlemen, today I will be answering commonly asked questions about the JG AK12. Primarily starting out with, why is it called JG when on the box it says UK Arms? Okay, so just to kind of give you a nice little synopsis and a recap of why it's called a JG, here's the thing. JG found out about the AK-12 and they said, you know what, we can probably make that and sell it for a good bit of money. Then they realized, oh shit, we could get sued. So they went to Well going, well, hey buddy, could you maybe market this gun for us and kind of help us out here? Well's like, well, you know what, buddy, I'd be more than happy to do that for you. They realized what JG was doing was like, oh, you son of a bitch. And they were like, okay, what idiot can we do to basically keep us from getting sued? We need one company that doesn't care about getting sued and has no integrity whatsoever and just can do whatever they want. UK Arms comes into the picture. And they're just like, okay. And if you're wondering why I say UK Arms doesn't give a shit if they get sued, it's because UK Arms is kind of like the Activision, EA, and Blizzard of the airsoft world. They are basically that corporate scumbag that doesn't give a shit.
Because fuck you, give me money! Fuck you, give me money! Stop breaking the law, asshole!
If they get sued or not, or even get a cease and desist. I can't tell you how many times they've probably gotten a cease and desist order from so many companies and they just didn't care and kept continuing making their products. That's why it's called the JG, because JG originally made it, Well advertises it, UK Arms distributes it. It's a three-way fuck you. I know. Anyway, getting back to the gun itself, one of the questions comes down to the little connector right here. Why did I say in my review this is a good thing? Well, I say it's a good thing because of two reasons. One, you can flip the switch, pull off the stock, and it's more or less a little bit more compact for ease of travel. And with the conduits on there, should you have an issue where the motor starts going and it keeps going and going and doesn't really stop, well, then you have the ability to basically pull that off and completely disconnect the connection, so that way you can keep the gun from, well, breaking, which even then brings me to question number 2. Can this be upgraded? Yes! Yes, it can, because the gearbox is a plastic V3 gearbox, and this will fit any full-size version 3 gearboxes, and you can remove the little conduits in this, have it snake through the buttstock itself, and with the battery space on this bad boy, which you can extend by simply ripping off pieces of plastic, which don't do anything at all. If I can get the fucker out. There we go. You have a enormous amount of space in there for God knows a lot of batteries. I've been able to fit a butterfly battery and a nunchuck style battery in here, and it works just fine. It really does. Speaking of the lipos, the other question, of course, is can it take a lipo? Even though I showed in the review, yes, it can. Even some of the other videos I've shown it can take a lipo. This will take an 11-1 lipo like a champ, meaning it is lipo ready out of the box. The other question, of course, comes to the front end. Does this thing have threads? No, it does not. It doesn't have any threading on the front end. However, thanks to LCT, SEMA, and other companies, you can actually buy an AK front sight that will go over this barrel because, well, you can do that actually. It's only held in by a screw, so you can unscrew it, remove this, put the new front sight on there, and put whatever barrel attachment you want on the end of it, be it suppressor or otherwise. The outer barrel itself is made of metal, so you don't got to worry about it bending or cracking or any sort of fun stuff like that. Thank you. Now, moving back to the gearbox. One of the things that was actually brought up is, do you have to change the fire selector? Yes, you do. The fire selector is plastic, and if you put a brand new gearbox in there where the fire selector is not used to it, it will break. Meaning you have to CNC a new fire selector for this. Not that difficult, and it actually does work fairly well. Next up on that questionnaire, and this one's actually pretty good, what magazines can this take? Well, besides, of course, the stock JG, my bad. I meant JG magazines that it does come on, because this is technically a JG magazine. JG magazines, no problem. There's no problem for JG magazines. JG magazine, okay, it's very good. However, it does take D-Boy magazines pretty well. It does take SEMA magazines pretty well. So that's a plus right there and a good perk. However, if you're going to paint it like I did, you will have a bit of issues with the with there being friction in the actual magwell. So do keep that in mind. Outside of that, that's really about it. That's the majority of the questions I got for this thing. Now, of course, the major question is, why would you want to buy this one? And this is the most common one I ever got. And the best example I can say is that is for 3 reasons. Number 1, this is the only $60 JG, only $60 AK12 we have on the market. The other AK12s are well over $300, or even over $200. They're pretty damn expensive, I'm not gonna lie. Another reason would be, of course, the upgradability. You can still upgrade this gun. I actually have a Type 4 inner barrel in there. You can actually see it in there if you can. Right there it is. It is a Type 4 inner barrel. You can flat hop it, which I have a redneck flat hop in there. And you can completely replace the full plastic version 3 gearbox in here with a full metal version 3 gearbox already uploaded, DSG'd, all that fun stuff. And number 3, sleeper gun. Because that's what I'm going to be doing to this. I'm going to be turning this into a 100% sleeper gun. I'm going to basically keep the outside all the same, outside of course my crazy paint job on it for woodland play. But you can turn this into a sleeper gun. Meaning that you can basically take this $60 gun, drop $100 into it, or even below $100 into this thing, and just turn it into a sleeper sniper, and make it so that way people will automatically, unassumingly think you're going out there with a $60 JG gun, when in reality you're going out there with a sleeper gun that not only can send the rounds downrange, but accurately send the rounds downrange, and freakishly fast send the rounds downrange. That is why you'd want a JG AK12 for $60. Anywho, thank you all for watching. As always, I've been Airsoft Al. If there happens to be a gun that I've reviewed in the past that you may have a lot of questions about, let me know in the comment section down below of that gun if you would like me to answer those questions about it. And if you happen to have any more questions about this particular gun right here, let me know in the comment section down below as well, and I will try and make another video on it, or at least answer another anything like that. Also, to correct myself, this isn't my second most commonly asked, this is actually my third most commonly asked video, so one of those things. Either way, though, thank you all for watching. As always, I've been Airsoft Al, the common man's airsofter, who asks commonly asked questions on guns, cameras, gear, what have you, so that way you're a little bit more informed on them. And would you kindly consider liking, subscribing, disliking, commenting, all that good jazz, and if you would kindly consider donating to our PayPal. It's folks like you that keep the lights on in the studio here, and I couldn't be doing this without you guys. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Later.